I'm not sure what's going on to see this. 7-year contract for Alex Tuch, $4.75 million a year for 7 years. Tuch had a decent season last year, but he had 15 goals, 22 assists, 37 points. His career, he's played 84 games and has 37 points. First round draft pick in 2014, he was seen by some in Minnesota as lacking. He was one of those pieces that teams gave up in order to protect other pieces, Matt Dumba being the case for the Minnesota Wild. So what this does, and you know, I try not to come across as just a smart aleck, just reporting on this stuff, but I'm thrown. Tuch is now making $4.75 million next year. Fleury gets a raise to $7 million, which I was fine with at the time. But there's a pattern here of giving guys a lot of money. Pacioretty got $7 million a year. He has 1 goal so far. Carlson's a restricted free agent this summer. He's making $5.25 million. I don't know how you can't argue that he's worth a ton more than that if you're going to give $4.75 million to Tuch. This coming summer, Lindbergh's a UFA, not a big deal. Belmar's a UFA. Noshek's an RFA with arbitration, same with Hika. And Carpenter's a UFA. So there's not a whole lot getting lost up front, but I think, honestly, my issue with it is this. They're spending a ton of money on these guys. RFA next summer with arbitration rights, Subban. Hunt's a UFA. England is UFA next summer. Should he choose not to re-sign? He's 36. He'll probably stick around. Stastny still got $6.5 million for 2 more years. He's on the injured reserve right now. This seems like a lot of money for a guy who's never scored 20 goals. This is a lot of money for a guy who's played 1 year. A lot of money for a guy who right now is injured and hasn't played yet this season. George McPhee is spending a lot of money on these guys. And right now the team's record's 3-4. And yes, they had an excellent year last year. Is he paying these guys based on the one season and not seeing the big picture? And this is where Capitals fans stand up and go, see, we told you. Because this feels very George McPhee-like. And another name that it reminds me of, too, is in Vancouver, Mike Gillis. Gillis was very loyal to players, gave them a lot of money, and it ended up kind of hosing the Canucks down the road. Ken Holland has kind of done that with Detroit. And it's a tricky thing. And there really wasn't any rush to get Tuch done. Tuch's a restricted free agent was a restricted free agent next summer. I think he had arbitration rights. I don't know. I'm surprised at the amount and the term. 7 years. About $33 million. It's a ton of money for Tuch. And again, there is some risk to this. What the Golden Knights have done has been fantastic. And what has happened with the team has been great. But when it comes to contracts, it's tricky because if you're spending, let's say you spend an extra $500,000 on a player, another $500,000. Eventually, you're in a position where you're spending a lot more to keep players than you probably should have. And I'm wondering if maybe Vegas is falling into that. I'm not going to say a whole lot about it. I want to see what Tuch's going to do when he comes back and he's healthy. It's a lot of money. Clearly, McPhee has a lot of faith in him. We'll see how well placed that is. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Again, I anticipate a lot of Washington Capital fans making comments on this contract, which is okay. These things happen, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through just tapping upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.